How's everybody doing today? It's the Daily Dividends podcast. We're back with another rendition. It's going to be another classic. We want to start it off right. R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle. R.I.P. to the AAF. Thank you. The NBA regular season is ending. It's not going to be as boring as the NFL postseason because in order for this shit to come to a close, it's going to involve thousands of points to be scored, and that means thousands of dollars are going to have to be made.
Woo! Bag.
If I write down like 8 words, then we can actually come up with something. Like that's all I need is just
Instead
some keywords.
Instead of freebasing it?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Birkin, bro.
Instead of me free balling it.
That's crazy. Transport shit. That's what's up.
Hey, shout out Hanes.
Like
Wait.
the underwear company?
Oh, you said a brand. I thought.
I'm sorry, what?
Nah, I was shouting out bag brands because
Oh.
I said you were in your bag.
Well, I am too.
Hanes bags?
But
What?
shout out
I'm
to
sorry.
Hanes.
Hey,
You could have done so. You could have gone Gucci. You could have gone Louis Vuitton.
Nah,
You went Hanes.
you have Louis underwear, Gucci underwear?
No, he said
I'm
bags.
talking about bags.
I know, but it was also a joke. It was a play on underwear bags.
Is that what?
Yo, you remember
Was that the joke, or was that you trying to save yourself because
No,
you
that was
didn't
me trying
get
to
the
save
joke?
myself.
you remember that riveting Steph Curry, Ayesha Curry double joke from last week?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we're keeping
my
it
God.
rolling. Sorry.
I'm doing this thing now where I'm doing like the Game of Thrones thing, which we'll get to in a minute, where I title our episodes a quote from the episode.
it's
And I
usually
purposely
something that
made
says-
last week's episode "Is that a double double?" because it was the last thing that was said on there. I made you wait for that terrible payoff.
Whew, that was quite a joke. Please don't ever say that shit ever again.
Sorry.
I hope you have a worse one for today. I'm totally here for the terrible dad humor. I hope you have more.
I'm sorry, Mom.
All right, I think it's slow in the news, so we're not gonna do news today. Well, you pretty much said all the highlights. AAF's dead. That's pretty much something that happened last week.
AAF is donezo. Players who are hurt, find your own way home.
The Panthers signed apparently like the #1 ranked AAF wide receiver.
There you go.
That's what's up.
Hey, that's pretty much what it was for, the league.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be. They designed it to be like a G League for the NFL, which when you
Yeah.
think about it, it is a good idea.
Great idea.
You just have no revenue because nobody wants to watch that.
It's tough. Well, they need to gimmick it up a little bit. But the XFL is still coming. And I think they'll gimmick it up, and I think they'll be able to last a little longer than the AAF because they're gonna take themselves a lot less seriously. And Vince McMahon will never go out like a bitch.
Facts.
Except the first time when the XFL happened when he went out like a bitch.
But he's back. Bitches don't come back.
Yeah, I feel like he's got his money way more right this time. 'Cause
Yeah.
they make money.
I mean, the fact that this wrestling thing is thriving. WrestleMania
Exactly.
was yesterday, I guess. First off, I think the FBI should put all grown men that enjoy professional wrestling on a watch list. I think at this point,
Have you did you listen to Joe Rogan's last Netflix special?
nah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I won't do the joke for
I
him, but he
value
does
my
this.
time.
He does this whole thing about like I'm not gonna just go look up Joe Rogan.
What does he do?
WWE.
A whole thing about what?
He does a
Grown
whole
men
thing
that
about like
wrestling?
he does a whole thing about like yeah, I'm already walking in dangerous waters.
Yeah.
About what? I don't get it. Why is it dangerous waters?
No,
What, dudes, grown men that watch wrestling? That's fucking weird.
It's a joke. Yeah, it involves those two things, but the premise of the joke is pretty slippery.
Oh, okay. Heard.
Because it's Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
That's
Heard.
not
So
why.
I'm just gonna ask you to Google Joe Rogan, and if you laugh,
Nah,
then
no free
great.
promo. No free promo.
Yeah.
No free promo. We don't rock with Joe Rogan like that.
Oh yeah, we're competitors now.
The hell? Yeah, he's our competition.
Yeah. Take that money back.
Joe Rogan, no
Anyway,
thesis, no
check that
Miro.
out.
Fuck those niggas.
Yeah.
Or don't. Whatever
Alright.
works for you.
Yo,
we
who
got?
you guys pulling for? Texas Tech or Virginia?
Do I have to?
Breaking news.
What do you mean? Do you have to? I ask you a question. Do you respect me as an individual? Answer my goddamn question.
I could not name a single player on either of these two teams.
So choose one randomly.
I'll take Texas Tech just because I hate watching Virginia play.
Nicholas.
If you guys couldn't tell, for this podcast, we're going to be doing it during the NCAA National Championship Game 2019. The way we're set up for this podcast, I'm not facing the TV at all, so it's actually pretty exciting.
It's okay.
I'd love to have your take on what the game's going on.
I'll let you know when it gets wetty.
Yeah, I'm watching Marcus's face and the reflection in Dan's glasses right now. Yeah, this is exciting right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Woohoo.
Okay, all right, okay.
All right, portfolio update.
Ooh, wow. Ooh.
Yeah, you know me. I'm always about the fucking business.
Hey.
I'll start. I had that cancer that popped off, when rest in peace Nurkic went down. Did really well, but I think his predictions around 30 fantasy points a game. He's hitting 40.
Yeah.
But 40. Really cashed out on the cancer. You know what time it is. He might pop back up for playoffs, but we'll see when we get there. When I'm thinking playoffs, I'm not really thinking Enes Kanter is the guy I want to invest in. That D-Lo, though, whoo!
That who?
D'Angelo Russell, I know that shit probably expensive, but that boy could ball. That boy's balling right now. That's all I got.
Okay.
I might once the first episode of Thrones pops off
This Sunday.
I might see what is. This is what I'm thinking. Oh, Pat Mahomes was in there at the game.
Oh yeah, because he went to Texas Tech.
Oh yeah, something like that.
No, that exactly, not something like that. That.
No, yeah, something like that. Like I was saying, with Thrones, I was thinking, right, there's certain people that are gonna die. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like Arya, she's dead.
What?
Fan favorite, and the thing with Thrones, like everything pretty much comes full circle. Yeah, she's avenging people, but she's killing. She's killing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, her hands aren't clean, so.
But all the people she's killing, you said, are then again for a rightful cause. Like
As
you gotta
we've
say, I would be your apps. I believe you, but I feel like there's got to be some reward for killing.
No,
for killing the one responsible.
You
for
also
the Red
gotta
Wedding.
think
It's revenge.
this is the end of Thrones. They're not mincing lives. They're gonna kill people.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. So when there's got to be at least this number of people dying. She's on that list for sure. As opposed to Sansa, who hasn't killed anyone, has more of a chance of not being involved in some type of violence.
Well, that's because Sansa spent the first 6 seasons being a little bitch until.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Excuse me.
Dan.
Do you understand what she went through? Do you remember? Excuse me.
Yeah, but she was such a pushover. She was such a pushover.
She was a victim of sexual assault.
Over and
The
over.
turning point.
What are you talking about?
This guy,
I'm
Marcus.
gonna walk this back because in 2019 I can't get away with this take anymore. I'm gonna walk this back.
All right.
I hope everyone else catches
Like
Marcus's
we're saying.
English accent for a second right there. That was crazy.
Like we were saying, Jon Snow, Daenerys.
Are you
dead.
kidding?
Dead.
Are you kidding me?
Cersei, dead.
Dead.
The queen's gonna die.
Oh please.
Hopefully naked one more
No,
time.
I feel like they'll keep her alive because everybody wants her dead.
You know that's a body double. Wait, what did you say?
Never mind.
Most fire episode ever. Ever. The Walk of Shame for Cersei. Oh. Most fire episode.
Hey.
The Game of Thrones finales, every season, the finale is just bonkers.
Well, it's not even the finale. It's that penultimate. It's that episode before the finale.
Yeah.
The episode before the finale is usually
Like
good
the epic battle scene.
Of course, but the finale is always they pretty much leave every situation in a cliffhanger. Everything they were developing
absolutely.
all season is like, all right, we're gonna wrap it up, but we're not wrapping it up. Every single situation, cliffhanger. Boom, boom, boom. Like when Tommen jumped out the window, after whatever, all
was
that shit.
crazy.
It's always in the last episode, just wild shit happens. I can't wait. Can't fucking wait. I fucked up though. I didn't rewatch.
I didn't rewatch the whole thing, but I've gone back from season 6 on. So we watched last night. We just watched Hold the Door.
Ah, nice.
And Amanda was watching it for the first time, and I watched her face as she was watching Hold the Door. Hold the door, hold the door.
I've rewatched it 3 times, but I wanted to do a fresh one for the last one, but I didn't make it. Fuck it.
It was good for me to do it because I completely the whole Three-Eyed Raven Brandon Stark subplot just completely left my brain.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know he's the Three-Eyed Raven, but I forgot what that was and why he was
that.
important and why they were looking for him, and I had to go back into the whole Green Seer theology.
Now you hit.
He's another one that I think could end up on the throne.
There's also 7 years between that shit, right?
Yeah.
He came back. He's like fucking
Dude,
17.
there was like 2 seasons where he wasn't even in a single episode.
Yeah, comes back. He's like
Yeah.
28.
Comes back looking like fucking Michael Cera.
Great choice, Marcus.
At first, I was like, damn, I don't have anybody in mind. But I got that shit off.
I saw the wheels turning in your head. It's like,
I got that shit off.
tall, skinny, awkward actor, white. Michael Cera. Got it.
I'm in my bag.
What do you think about if I could nominate somebody to the definitely gonna die category? I honestly think Daenerys is gonna die.
No, yeah, she's definitely anyone that's on the front lines is gonna die.
For the same reason that you think Arya is gonna die, I think Daenerys is gonna die because I think for a couple
Hands are
seasons,
dirty.
she got real power hungry when she was trying to conquer all those lands, and
She's not focused.
she pissed a lot of people off.
She's too busy trying to fuck her cousin, nephew, whatever his situation is. I think it's her nephew, right?
Nephew, yeah, his nephew. He's her nephew.
Yeah, she's too
technically.
busy on that inside shit.
I don't know. I
She's
think
not focused. She's not focused.
Bro, I think they're pretty shook after they saw their projectile game, their ground to air fucking defense game.
It's too obvious to say the White Walkers are gonna win it all.
I don't know, man.
But honestly, it's like they kind of made it clear that like everything's fucked.
Did you hear the ocean of blood that came out of that dragon before it even hit the ground? That was the craziest part of that dragon getting smoked.
Yo, they smoked homeboy.
Bro.
And they brought his ass out.
He didn't even take a step.
So let me just give you a little bit of let's tie this back into Prediction Strike because, hey, we're sponsored by Prediction Strike, blah, blah, blah. The top 5.
This is a Thrones podcast now.
We were talking about.
Sorry.
No. I'm just bringing the numbers back in. I'm to tie it back into the platform.
Can we change our name from Daily Dividends to something else Game of Thrones related for the next
Daily Bannerman? I don't know.
And we'll think about that.
We'll get working title.
That's exciting.
Top 5 from 5 to 1,
Top
highest share prices to
Top
win
five,
the
top
throne. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the Night King is number 5 at 18 cents a share.
At the highest or lowest?
He's like 5th from the top.
Okay.
I'm doing like a little countdown. So like
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
The top 5 highest prices.
Highest.
Think like power rankings.
Yes.
Highest share prices, top 5. Number 5.
Hip, hip.
Number 5, Night King. At 18 cents a share. Also tied for 5th, I guess, or I guess they're both tied for 4th. Sansa Stark at 18 cents a share.
That's good money right there.
Yeah, good money.
That's good money right there.
Number 3, Daenerys Targaryen, 30 cents a share.
Bad money. You're not gonna win.
It's gonna
Number
get close.
2, Jon Snow at 40 cents a share.
See, the thing with Jon Snow, he died already, right?
He's already died and they brought him back.
So they're really gonna fuck him up. They're really gonna fuck him up.
Well, what they're going to do is they're going to kill Melisandre
Oh.
before they kill him to make sure that she can't bring him back
Jon
again.
Snow will 100% turn into a White Walker. You heard it here first.
Oh.
100%.
That
100% turn into a White Walker.
Would... That would...
On some Benjen shit. You know Benjen's like half.
Yeah. Because Leaf put the Dragonstone dagger back in his heart.
Yo, do you remember the last episode? There was that one segment where I forgot we were making some noise. Did you listen to it?
Yeah. Oh. Yo.
The dead wilded out.
Because you said you called Jarvis and Odell the Yaya brothers. For some reason, Dan couldn't say ya and ya.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because I was laughing so hard.
out.
By the way, number 1, Bran Stark, 45 cents a share.
What?
Nah, that's too obvious.
Yeah, because I don't know why.
People think because he can see the future and shit like that, I guess.
Yeah, because he's
Nah,
like
there's a lot of fan theory
because he's Doctor
on
Strange.
the internet. People are saying like everything's gonna end, then he's gonna like,
He's going to be the only one left because he can see everything coming and he can
and he's
prevent
gonna go
it.
back in time and shit. And
But
change
now,
everything.
with the
Even
whole...
crazier. Sorry, this is
Go ahead, please.
This is completely off topic. This has nothing to do with Game of Thrones. But
What?
Avengers comes out next week, right? And I'm hearing people are saying that Marvel's gonna flex their Fox shit, and niggas are saying Wolverine's gonna be in that shit.
No way.
That's
Is it
what
still
people
going
are
to be Hugh
saying.
Jackman?
No, it's gonna be a new one.
Definitely
It's
not.
gonna be a new one.
But isn't the whole premise that, like, he's already dead?
That's a whole nother universe. That's what I'm saying. Because Marvel just acquired Fox officially and the rights to the X-Men.
Oh.
So after this Dark Phoenix movie that you see, that shit's scrapped. Knew everybody. That just officially became official this last month. So people are saying that they're gonna get in their bag.
Well, you know what? I feel like I see how they could tie it in because they have Deadpool as like the pivot between the Marvel world and the X-Men world. So they can
Spider-Man. Well, Marvel and Fox, I guess.
No, I'm
That's what
not.
I was thinking.
I'm not talking about the. I'm not talking about the
yeah.
who owns the
But I
movie.
don't- I
I'm
don't
talking about the
think-
storylines.
No,
so like
facts.
even though you have the big Marvel universe, if Marvel ends up buying Fox and getting the rights to it,
Which
they
they
could use the Deadpool storylines to connect it because Deadpool has already had. At least in the 2 movies they put out, he's had some communication and some contact with with some of the characters who are connected to the Avengers series. Which the
He
X-Men-
hasn't.
but ties enough.
Well, kind of Wolverine, if you kind of.
Well, yeah, he has that whole thing with Wolverine. But what I'm
But
saying is,
Wolverine has never been officially Avenger in the movies.
no, but you're missing my point.
Yes,
my point
I
is
am.
that Deadpool is the if you're saying the X-Men are over here.
But why Deadpool? Deadpool has never appeared in anything with Marvel.
No, because
movies.
but hasn't Deadpool had interactions with characters who are in the more recent Marvel movies?
No.
Mm-mm.
All right, am I just totally off base there?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back into the corner. Bye.
I was gonna let you rock though. See, I let you rock. I wasn't mean
I
about it.
was trying really hard, man.
Yeah, it's like you gotta know. I know what I'm talking about. So when it's like,
I was
Yeah, like,
hoping that you see
I
my
don't know that
goal.
much.
My goal
but you're
was
just so
if I said-
confident.
No, but first of all, rule 1 of hot takeitude is no matter what you say, be confident in it because somebody will believe you.
No.
Rule number 2, I was hoping that if I spewed enough bullshit, I would say one correct thing that you would grab and run with.
Dan, what
Clearly,
the-
I gave you
Dan,
nothing to
what
work
did I
with.
tell you off the air? You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Facts.
Well, I was hoping that you could just bullshit my bullshit. We could bullshit together.
No.
That sounds like a rap.
No.
You bullshit my bullshit. We bullshit together. The Daily Dividends podcast is brought to you by PredictionStrike.com. PredictionStrike.com is the first website where you can buy and sell shares of your favorite athletes and get paid real money based on their fantasy performance. After a very successful beta, PredictionStrike.com is proud to announce their V2 launch coming in the fall to start the NFL season. In the meantime, if you want to learn how to still make some big money moves, stay tuned to the Daily Dividends podcast.
So is this number 13 on Texas Tech that good? I see him in all like the articles and shit like that.
I don't even know who it is.
I can't name one player on that team.
I said that I can't name a player on either team. The only person I know is Bruce Pearl coaches Texas Tech. Because he was like the old Tennessee coach back in the day who would like sweat through all of his suits. No. That's not him. That's not him either.
I might have to get the haircut tomorrow. All right, so
Okay, great radio.
Content Kings.
The content kings of Thrones.
No,
No.
see, stop.
Yeah, we'll get sued immediately.
I didn't say Game of Thrones. I said kings.
All right, so what's up with your portfolios?
I still have all the same heads that I've had for the past couple of weeks. I held on to the Cantor, not because I really think it's going to go up, but because I had Cantor early in the season. So you know how like if you sell players and then buy them again, the average share price tab still factors in both of those prices.
Yeah.
So I can't actually tell if I made a gain on him because it's factoring in the price that I bought him in 6 months ago. So I'm just holding on to him to see if he goes up anymore, and if he goes down anymore, I'm probably going to sell him. Marcus All's still floating around. Again, I'm going to hold him and Boogie Cousins. I'm just going to hold through the playoffs just because I feel like both those teams are going to make it to at least the second round. And if we're going back to Game of Thrones for a hot second, I got like a bunch of shares of Tyrion Lannister. That's a pick of my heart, not necessarily a pick of my head. But
Tyrion Lannister to do what?
to win the Iron Throne.
You picked
He's
up-
the smartest one. He's the smartest one.
You
Bro,
think?
He's gotten so many people out of shit.
Bro, you think when it's all said and done, he's just gonna be there like declaring taxes and shit, like just
Because
like,
that's clearly
like-
been his thing.
like politicking. Everything's gonna do. Nothing's gonna exist anymore.
Yeah.
No, but that's my thing. Is he's going to be the guy? I was talking to Devin about this on the promo episode for this whole feature, and the thing that we kind of agreed on, and maybe this is why I'm having this take, because me and Devin tend to be on the same page with wrong shit.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
But in
Yeah.
the Game of Thrones, what's the whole saying? If in the Game of Thrones, you are the winner, you die. So Tyrion is the one character of all the people on that list. He's been playing the game since season 1. He's been manipulating. He's been getting. You know what I mean?
He's been
moving-
somebody's bitch in every single season.
Not season 7.
He's somebody's
Daenerys was
bitch-
gone. Daenerys was gone. He ran that shit by himself.
Because he's her bitch.
Dan, guess what?
What?
Here's another one. Tyrion
Here's
Lannister.
another one. LeGarrette Blunt too.
That's facts. That's such a bad call, but listen, it's your call. So
At the
what-
very
what do you
least,
expect?
I think he's gonna live long enough.
No.
Oh, hold on.
Wait, hold on. Did you guys see that Gordon Hayward and Mrs. Gordon Hayward commercial by chance?
No,
No.
where they announced another
Oh
a girl.
my god, it was the worst thing I've ever saw in my life compared to this Gabrielle Union Dwayne Wade shit.
Where Gabrielle
gonna
Union
see
just
it-
wrecks him in everything athletic.
You're gonna see the Gordon Hayward commercial one day, and you're gonna die from cringe.
While we're on the topic of Dwayne
Cause
Wade,
of death.
did you hear that shit that Paul Pierce said about Dwayne Wade on ESPN last night?
What the fuck did Paul Pierce say?
They asked Paul Pierce.
Hold on, let me get my gun.
Okay, maybe
Oh.
not.
Okay.
Okay, but
Quick
they
clap.
asked him on like on Countdown. They asked him, since Dwayne Wade was retiring when this season, whatever, who had a better career, him or Dwayne Wade or Paul Pierce? And Paul Pierce said, "Easy, me." And the entire rest of the panel said, "Easy, Dwayne Wade." And they just all, like Jalen Rose, Michelle Beadle, just dropped stats on him on why Dwayne Wade was better than him.
I mean, Paul Pierce had a better career than Jalen Rose, so
Yeah.
it just goes like pyramid at that point.
Paul
But
Pierce.
Paul Pierce is he's always been bugging.
Facts.
Come on, who's taking him seriously?
Bro, Dan.
He's the only person to ever play in the NBA and get CTE.
Wait, he said that?
No, but he's up there
Oh.
looking fucking stupid.
Wait, he really said that?
Anyway,
Bro, he thought he was so hurt one day that he needed a wheelchair during the game. The same game where he continued to play later on.
Like I said, only professional basketball player with confirmed CTE.
okay, you want it? Okay, I'm gonna give you a direct quote. This is it's not whatever. Direct quote courtesy of NBCSportsBoston.com. Pierce was asked about his career versus Dwayne Wade's. He said, "That's easy," Pierce said. "I can say that off the bat. That's me. If you gave me Shaq, if you gave me LeBron, if you give me these guys early in my career when I was 24 years old, you give me Shaq when I was 25, give me LeBron, I'd be sitting on 5 or 6 championships easy. I played 10 years with who? With who?" To which Jalen Rose and Michelle Beadle replied, Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett and Rajon Rondo. And you won 1 championship in the hardest way possible in 2008.
Yep.
But then they dropped like career scoring average, Dwayne Wade. All NBA was like 3-0, and like it was by far Dwayne Wade the entire time.
Yeah, it was a
They
rhetorical
crushed him.
question. It had to have been.
Anyway, I was just curious on your take on that because I know that we love to smash the Celtics around here. Pause.
Oh, ayo. No, you good.
But anyway, that's my portfolio. Nothing crazy.
Okay, cool.
Quicklis?
Okay, so here we go. I guess I'll do my Thrones ones last so we can argue about it. But your boy still has Cantor. Hey, don't say anything about my Thrones takes yet.
They're probably better than
He's another
Dan's,
one,
and you
the
ain't fucking
Garrett
even
Blunt,
watch all
too.
that shit.
Hey, don't expose. We're experts here at the Daily Dividends of Thrones. Fucking Daily Westeros. Yo, stop. Hey.
We getting better.
I'm just trolling him on drops. Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, so we got Cantor. I'm completely out of that soon. I have Ersan Ilyasova. I thought he was going to pick up after Mirotic, and we have Antetokounmpo resting recently. Whatever, not picking it up. But we'll see if he does it for the playoffs. Kuzma, obviously, is done for the season. But he ended at 405, which is way higher than I got him, so that's kind of wet. Kevin Love, also done for the season. Wet. Kevin Love was a huge jump. Started at 301. The first one I got out, it was 10, and now it's at 782. So I'm still getting out with that.
Nice.
I keep forgetting to sell Zubac, so we have that for the playoffs too. Let's ride. And
Wait.
then
What team is he on again?
Clippers.
The
Okay,
Clippers.
that's fine. Okay, I thought he was still a Laker.
There's a chance. He could. Who are they playing? I think the
Because we're
Warriors.
gonna do picks.
I think they're playing the Warriors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we're
the
going
play-
to we're
yeah.
going to do picks even though the seeding isn't fully announced yet.
Yeah.
So we'll just walk it back if it changes.
He's a big with talent, so he could go nuts on the Warriors.
Never cap.
And then we have Dwight Powell. I'm gonna get rid of that too. Thon Maker, You're killing me, Thon Maker.
Let me see the dawn.
Thon, you're killing me. Mario Hazonia, bro. Mario Hazonia put up like on Prediction Strike like 40 points almost 3 games in a row, and he's rose about like 6 cents. That's great.
Right.
That's cool,
Well, listen, nobody else is getting burned on there, so somebody has to get those minutes. I guess he's the one getting the projections.
bro. We put up 30 points last night. He's still not where I bought him at.
Speaking of which, if we're on the topic of the Knicks officially the other day clinched the worst overall record in the NBA this season.
Yo, if we don't get Zion,
Zion.
I'm going straight to cyanide.
Imagine we do all this for like John Morant.
Yo, people really want John Morant for some reason.
Yeah, apparently he's like really big too.
Hold on, I'll get the measurables. You keep going.
Pause. Okay, let me throw my Thrones takes out there right now, and I'm totally down for more because they're so cheap. You know how I love this shit.
You know how I get down with one.
Fucking, yeah, I have the Night King, obviously, because he's fucking John Elway. He's fucking, I don't even know. He's fucking Aaron Judge out here, bro.
Yo. That's a good point because, as we said, the prices fluctuate as the season goes on.
Yes.
So they're not gonna take care of the Night King episode 1.
Exactly.
That's gonna at least drag on to episode fucking. There's only 6 episodes.
He's gonna smoke at least one more dragon
Yo,
himself.
I'm about to go balls deep in Night King.
For the record, that was
Hey,
Whoa.
pause. For the record,
Close the laptop.
for the record,
Good night.
For the record, that was also part of my Tyrion Lannister take I didn't get to, that even if he didn't win the throne, they're going to keep him alive.
Dan, he's the smallest character
Dan,
in the
they're-
whole show.
They're going to keep him alive till the end.
Damn, he by dragon.
Exactly.
Dragon's gonna mistake him for fucking food.
Exactly.
Episode 1.
That's not true because remember he has Targaryen blood in him, so there's a whole subcategory theory.
What?
Well, no,
on God, Cersei's gonna slit his throat herself.
Wait, since when is Tyrion a fucking
it's
Targaryen?
a
Cersei's gonna slit his
theory-
throat herself.
it's a theory in the book that he actually is half Targaryen, which is why his eyes are off
You ain't
color,
fucking read that
and
shit.
that's part of why he
Damn.
is a dwarf. There's a whole anyway. Point is,
Son, you didn't know who the fucking Children of the Forest were, bro.
Dan.
And then you talking about theories?
He's got bigger issues than the color of his eyes, all right?
my point is.
What? What's your point?
My point is, a couple of seasons ago, when he went to let the dragons out, they didn't harm him. They let him take their chains off, even
So
though they
that
had.
doesn't mean he's a Targaryen. That means he's good people.
Hey, they're pretty smart, right?
That means that they knew that she fucked with him. Then they were like, "All right, we fuck with you too."
Right, but
It
you
doesn't
could-
mean he's a fucking Targaryen. Dude,
But
he's
what I'm
literally-
saying-
he's literally full-blooded Lannister. What are
'cause
you
they didn't
talking
burn
about?
him?
So Cersei,
because they didn't burn him. That means
so Cersei and Jaime are both.
Wait, Marcus. Dan, are they supposed to be hot to
They
the
have the
touch?
same fucking mother.
Are they hot to the touch, is what you're saying?
no. What I'm saying is that in
Cersei, Jaime, and Tyrion have the same mother. So that
Okay.
means them two also.
yeah, but also every single like father figure in that show has a history of fucking somebody else. Everybody's got a bastard son in this fucking
No,
family.
but they all came from the same woman. Tyrion killed her.
Again,
Wait, Tyrion did?
you're missing my further
Their
point.
mother died after giving birth to Tyrion.
Oh, I was like, what? Okay, my bad.
You're
Sorry.
you're missing my further point.
No, that abolishes the whole point. How is he related to them? Then that means Jaime and Cersei are too, and that's not the case.
I'm not saying it's a definite. What I'm saying is the fact that the dragons didn't kill him on sight when he was 2 feet away from them is fishy and worth looking into.
because that was when he was forming an alliance with her, and they were starting. He was still sketchy at
But
that point.
Daenerys was nowhere to be found. How the dragons gonna know that? She wasn't there.
Dude,
There's definitely
like everyone else there, they were getting accustomed to him too, like everybody else there.
They
I'm just saying, if
definitely-
Varys went down there, he would have been dead.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a reason why
Nobody
Tyrion was safe to do that.
Nobody likes him.
I'm not saying what it is. I'm just saying there's a
Because
reason that
it's a
Tyrion was
fucking
safe to
show, and Varys wasn't meant to go down there, bro. What we even tell you, like.
Nobody
No,
likes
he-
yeah.
So okay,
But
so
wait,
yeah.
would he
so,
not go
so-
down there
so,
because-
so Jaime Lannister's Targaryen?
do. You know what? You're right. Varys
You're
wouldn't Varys wouldn't have the balls to do it.
All right, next point, please.
My next one was Arya. I forgot why though.
Because she's a badass bitch.
Yeah, I think that's why.
Slice all these niggas down. Easy.
Yeah. And then I was gonna definitely do Sansa after that video of her chugging that wine came out. That was pretty fire.
Yeah, big fire.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember why I had Arya. I think just because she's in the middle of nowhere. I think
She's
she's
a
like,
badass. No,
Well, she also has
she's-
that whole she has
Nah,
that
she-
whole like hiding faces thing going for her,
Is she
so
back?
that makes her
No,
pretty.
she's back. She's back in the.
oh, she's back with the squad.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, she just
shit.
got back with the squad. At the
Yeah,
end
you
of
gotta
that
do a
season.
little recap. Do a
Yup.
little recap.
Yeah, Dan, you gotta do a little recap. You gotta do a little
Then you
recap.
gotta watch that whole shit.
Yeah.
I'm getting no fucking respect here.
Hell no, because all your theories suck.
Well, I was just,
I keep it 100.
I was joking.
I keep it
You, I would
100.
never have guessed.
I keep it 100.
You really? No.
I've seen this shit 4 times through and through, so I know my shit.
Game of Onions.
Hey.
Wait, where's the thing? Where's
Had
the
to do
thing?
it.
I'm a
that's
fine
not
guy.
Yeah,
Right
I'm
down.
so glad that we don't have to fucking shift to baseball. We don't have to shift to hockey. We just fucking shift to thrones.
Yeah, so everyone on the Yankees was hurt.
Oh, God.
The year was 1922.
Yeah, we can hold up on that fucking V2 if it means fucking more sports.
On the what?
V2 coming soon.
Wow.
Plug.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about that.
All we can say is things are good.
I feel like
Things
we
are
don't
dope.
talk enough about it. Coming soon.
Hey.
It should be just as a recap. That should be up and ready to roll for the start of the upcoming NFL season. So figure September of 2019.
This year.
Correct.
You can find the Daily Dividends podcast at Dividends Daily on Twitter, and you can find Prediction Strike at Predict Strike. Those are our Twitter handles. If you hop on YouTube, if you have eyeballs, type in Daily Dividends. We're there. And if you have ears, which I assume you do, type in Daily Dividends there too, on Spotify.
All right, so we could do playoff picks.
That's
Yeah,
all
I was
right.
gonna say, wait, are we missing something?
I was gonna say you're the one who wanted to do that. All right.
Yeah, you're right. So that's me initiating the thing I want to do.
Who we got?
Picks music is live.
Can you pull it up quick? I can't find it. I got it. Yeah, this thing is
It's nice to hear that music again, though.
so You got
All
it,
right.
Chief?
Let's make some picks on some possibly changing playoff
Yo.
matchups.
Shut up. We're picking for the playoffs, all right?
All right. What's the first matchup?
Thank you.
What's the first?
You want to start in the
matchup?
East or West? I'll let
Let's
you
start.
choose.
Let's start with the East.
All right.
'Cause we're East Coast. We're an East Coast team.
What? What?
You want me to do it? You got it.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, bet. All right, looking like most likely the first matchup is going to be the Bucks versus either the Hornets or Pistons. And even if it's the Magic, it's one of the lower tier teams.
It's
So
gonna.
this
it's
is
gonna be-
regardless. This
it's
is the
gonna-
number one team in the East.
It's going to be the
versus-
Pistons, the Magic, or the Heat.
So it's going to be an upset or not?
Yeah, I still pick the Bucks against any of those teams.
What'd you think, Quick?
I would say it depends, but I think, yeah, the Bucks are definitely gonna make it out of the first round at least because they're just gonna shit on whoever.
Yeah.
All those other like lower tier teams are just like they don't have it.
They don't have it. It's too much depth.
Although, if it does end up being the Pistons, I would put some money in Blake Griffin just because I feel like if the Pistons would have any chance in that series, it would be through him.
Fun fact though, Pistons were shoe in for playoffs, but they've lost like 10 of their last 14.
They're just that team that, like, you know what? They're trying
Yeah.
to do. They're trying to do the
When
old.
you need to win 10 of 14,
Burnout City.
Yeah.
as opposed to Magic, who've like won 10 out of 14 and now are in the playoffs.
They're trying to do the same thing that New Orleans did a couple of years ago, where they had Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins, those two bigs in the middle that, like, in theory, you think would be really good. Like, you think if you have Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond on the same team, you should be really good, but it just doesn't pan out because you don't have ball handlers on the
There's
outside.
nobody else on that team, yeah. All right, next up we got
Wait, who did you have?
Obviously, the Bucks.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Next up, we have a pretty unique matchup: Raptors versus the Magic. Most likely will be the outcome. Kawhi's not losing to no goddamn fucking Magic. Are you stupid?
I'm a fun guy.
Yeah, Matt. Raptors.
That's easy.
Oh, I'm totally going Magic.
What?
I mean, I'm just gonna bank on Lowry flaming out. I don't want to bank on an
You
injury that's
really
fucked up.
But it's the
You don't think
Raptors.
it'll
They don't
make it?
flame out until the final. They don't flame out to the Eastern Conference
Lowry
Finals.
flames out.
Bro, they have
Kawhi hurts
Kawhi.
his leg.
Kawhi doesn't.
But they don't have DeMar to regular season anymore. They're actually gonna do well.
DeMar to regular
You better watch your mouth.
season. Yo, you're crazy.
Nah, you deadass going Magic? That's easy
Yeah,
money.
fuck it.
Yeah, you're deadass bugging out.
I am. So are the Magic. What are they doing in the playoffs?
Dude, Kawhi's top 5 player in the league.
Wow. I don't know.
I'm a fun guy.
He was before he missed the whole season. He was single-handedly beating the Warriors before
Aaron
he lost his
Gordon,
ankle.
Vucevic.
Yo, you deadass in your Magic bag, bro. They
Wait.
Bro,
So-
they barely just made playoffs.
Wait. Can
Exactly.
you go back? Can you just start listing those players again?
Aaron Gordon,
That's food.
Vucevic,
Here's another one.
That's
LeGarrette
food.
Blunt too.
Aaron Fournier, Evan Fournier.
Evan Fournier. You can't even get their names right.
Terrence
Foreplay
Ross.
in the Fournier. Terrence Ross.
All right, yo, listen.
You get the hell out of here.
Listen,
with
I
you.
respect you as a man and individuals, but
Hey man, we can't have two series where we're all just banking on one team. So shit, man.
there's
I'm
a
sorry, I'm
there's
trying
a,
to-
There's like
there's
6
a lot of
matchups.
series. This is not the one you want to twist it up on.
There's
Oh, expect some craziness.
All right, NBA, where crazy happens. You're right.
Yup.
No free plugs. I mean, never mind.
what?
Never mind. All right, next we have the Brooklyn Nets, my new favorite basketball team,
Yikes.
versus the Philadelphia 76ers.
You clowned me so hard for claiming I was a Brooklyn.
I'm capping. I'm capping.
This is a very aggressive episode. I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Who were the Nets playing?
Sixers. I think that is for sure locked in. That is for sure locked in. Actually.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
argue. I can't
The,
argue
the
that.
only seeds that are up for grabs are like the 7 and the 8,
Yeah.
and there's 3 teams fighting for 2
Yeah,
spots.
yeah.
And the Heat are probably the team that's going to get knocked out.
I was busting this down real quick earlier. We're saying,
Pause.
we were saying, all right, so with the Sixers last season, we saw how they completely flamed out they didn't know what to do in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Their best player is Embiid. Embiid is magnificent when he's not tired. This dude gets so tired during the game.
Because he hasn't played a full season in his
Big as
entire
fuck.
career.
And he's just coming off an injury recently right now. He played his first game off of injury last week. He's not going to be in shape. And listen, the Nets are doing something, bro. D'Angelo fucking Russell, there's been like 6 different times this season where I just randomly like tuned into a Nets game just because fuck it, what else am I going to watch? D'Angelo Russell is a dog, bro.
Sneaky.
Is a dog. He scores when he wants. He's not getting enough press because the Nets are a super small market team, but he might. I'm going fucking Nets.
My counter to that, I have a couple counters to that, but mainly it's
Oh wait, hold on. Let me finish.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna let you rock.
All right, thank you,
the
Kanye.
with the Embiid getting tired thing, the Nets' second best player, Jarrett Allen, is a workhorse at the 5, and I think Embiid will dominate him at first, but I think once the series goes on, he's gonna lose that battle. Now your turn.
Okay, so here's my first point to you. This current Nets team, are they better, worse, or about the same as last year's Heat team? Because that's the team that the Sixers beat in the first round of the playoffs last year.
It depends on how great D'Angelo Russell actually is, because that Heat team did not have a superstar. D'Angelo Russell right now is playing like a superstar. So if he actually is a superstar, he's gonna be able to take it to that next level.
Okay, so
Because Embiid is a superstar.
that's a fair point. Now, here's where, because you're talking about Embiid getting tired and all the whatever. Here's where my counter to that. You have Embiid and Simmons, right? That's your core right there. That's your process. Embiid and Simmons with the Sixers.
Yeah, they got other.
Last
they
year,
got a lot of dogs.
the next best players after that were like Robert Covington and Dario Saric.
You're right.
This year, the next two players after that are Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris.
You're right.
So he's got a lot more help this year than they did last year.
It's a lot of dudes that do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So are
It's
the
a lot of
So are the
dudes that do the same
Warriors.
thing.
Everybody on the Warriors does the same
No,
thing.
not at all.
3-and-D. But like exceptional 3-and-D and creating their own shot.
But 3-and-D is like the perfect basketball player.
Exactly.
That's not what the Sixers are doing at all.
No.
That's true.
Tobias Harris is not D. Jimmy Butler. The thing
he-
with Jimmy Butler, he plays great in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He's not a full
But
game
that's what
guy.
they didn't have last year.
Okay, but he needs to be a full game guy, especially when you have.
Does he need to be?
When you- of
Does he
course,
need
when
to be
you
that
have-
much of a full game guy when he's got Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Tobias Harris?
Yes, Ben Simmons can't score.
Facts.
Yeah, but neither could Rondo, and he was still like one of the league's best point guards that year when the Celtics won the championship.
Oh, okay, but this is not a positive. We're not making a negative out of a positive out of a negative. This is a negative. He can't score.
Listen, we're just arguing whether they can make it out of the first round. I still think they can
what's
make it
your
out of the
take?
first round.
Oh, it's gonna be the Sixers. There's so many of them. But the only thing is, I was worried about D'Angelo versus the Sixers guards, but then fucking Jimmy Butler, like, you know. So there's
Jimmy Butler has been playing. I don't know if he's injured or what's going on with him.
He was injured for a while, but then they started like doing the whole like load management thing to keep him ready for the playoffs. So
I
he'll
mean,
be fine
I
at
don't
that
know,
point.
dude. The Sixers are a mess.
they're just gonna play Jimmy Butler. They're just gonna put him on D'Angelo Russell. He's gonna take like no shots. He's gonna be pissed. But he's gonna play defense on Russell the whole game, and then the Sixers are just gonna worry about everyone else. I think.
Nah, I'm not buying it.
You think the Nets are gonna be able to do it?
Yeah.
Oh
think-
damn! I put
I
everyone
thi-
Sixers.
I think D'Angelo Russell's gonna have Magic Johnson real sick, and you know I ain't talking about the goddamn AIDS.
Yikes!
What's the next matchup?
Yikes!
Who we got next?
Yeah, I mean he's having a rough fucking season, anyways.
Who? Magic
Magic.
Johnson. That's
Yeah.
what happens when you trade away a fucking once in a lifetime talent like D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
Next, we got the Celtics versus the Pacers.
Sorry, before we move on, didn't really even give him a shot. If you think about it,
No, didn't even fucking, not even for a second.
didn't even give him a shot.
Not even for a second. Not even for a
Like just
second.
pulled up. He's like, what's this?
Yeah.
Like, oh, no, what do you mean the perfect fucking player that LeBron plays with? Sorry.
I like the image of Magic showing up to the facility, seeing D'Angelo in practice, being like, "What's this? What is this? What is
Yeah.
this? What is this? Away with you, away with you."
He was not buying that. And I also can't wait for the season to end so D'Angelo Russell could cut that shit off his head and actually like start the season off with a better hairstyle.
Okay.
That's my take.
Right, because the regular season is the only thing keeping him from getting a haircut.
Nah.
Yeah, he has these 4 long dreads that he's committed to, obviously, clearly at this point. It's just something that he's obviously going to wear through the rest of the season, but not going to show up next season with that same swag.
Yeah, probably didn't bank on the season going as well.
Exactly.
Was that
Yeah.
what they are? Their playoff dreads? Is that what they are? You know how like
Something-
you know how like NFL and NHL
they
players
are.
do like playoff
Yeah.
beards?
Dude, please don't fucking mansplain shit to us, please.
I'm not doing it to you. I'm doing it to the audience. I know you know, but we got listeners. We have like 5 listeners who need to be filled in on this
You
stuff.
think they don't know what a playoff beard is? Come on, man.
Sometimes.
Playoffs. Who we got?
Oh, we were talking about Celtics Pacers.
Celtics Pacers.
Celtics Pacers. I was like, for whatever reason, looking at a lot of the Celtics on Prediction Strike because they've been losing a lot of games too.
Celtics, for some reason, suck.
Yeah. As of late, yes.
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't think they're
that's-
gonna lose to the Pacers though.
No.
I don't think
The NBA is one of those leagues where, like, at the end of the day, if it's close, stars win, and the Pacers have no stars, and the Celtics have like 3.
exactly. I'm not buying Miles Turner.
Yo, but would you guys take?
I'm not buying Bogdanovich either.
Would you guys take Kyrie if his projection was 34 points right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
That's what he's at right now.
I would take that for the playoffs.
$8.25.
He's got that he's got a little bit of that LeBron in him from when they played together in Cleveland, of that like turn it on in the playoffs mentality. So like I feel like he's gonna ball the fuck out in the playoffs, even if the Celtics don't make it past the second round.
Oh, he's definitely good too.
For this matchup specifically, since they're playing like a fucking physical opponent like the Pacers, you got Jaylen Brown. His projection is 17.7 points.
I haven't heard a single thing about Jaylen Brown all season.
Yeah, but they might need him because Hayward's soft. Tatum, soft.
Tatum soft as hell.
Soft as baby
shit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Does that put us into the West Coast now, or is there another matchup?
No, that's about it.
Wait, who'd you guys pick for that matchup, though?
Celtics.
C's.
God damn it, guys! Stop picking. Dan,
Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. C's up.
Dan, pick the Pacers.
No.
No one's trying to fucking match your fucking Magic pick, all right, boy?
All right.
NBA's and very rarely do you see like big first round upsets in the NBA. It's the second and third round where things get like a little bit funky.
So you think West is about to be banging? Watch.
All right, let's talk.
Watch.
Let's talk.
I'm taking the Clippers.
Clippers over who though?
I'm just kidding. Warriors are definitely gonna smoke the Clippers. I think they beat them by 30 last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Warriors in the first round.
But
Quick.
I think
Sorry.
it can end up being the Clippers, Spurs, or Thunder. We'll see when we get there.
I would still take the Warriors over any of those teams, but I could see a team like the Thunder taking them to like a tough 6.
Theoretically, let's just say it's gonna be the Clippers.
If it's the Clippers, I'm still taking the Warriors.
What you thinking, kid?
Clippers Warriors.
Yeah.
That's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be 4 games. It's gonna be a bloodbath.
Maybe a gentleman sweep.
Nah, dude, the Clippers are not walking away with a game.
It's gonna be a bloodbath. The prediction strike wise, from what I listened and watched and shit, everyone was touting up Lou Williams as someone who would go nuts because he's like never really makes the playoffs and whatnot.
Oh, he's gonna lose his fucking mind.
Yeah, there's not gonna be too much defense.
Was he the
Yeah, Warriors do not play defense.
Was he the 6th man for that Hawks team a couple years ago?
No.
No, I know he was sick, but like back
He was
when
for the Rockets.
Wow.
when did he play for the Hawks? Or am I thinking of Jamal Crossover?
I
Jamal
think
Crawford.
You're probably thinking of somebody else, honestly. But I know he was 6th man for the Rockets. And then he got his bag from the Clips, I think.
Anyway,
Spurs, Nuggets.
normally I would say Spurs upset because of playoff experience against a rookie playoff team,
Nuggets?
but the Nuggets are just too good. They have too much talent.
Nuggets are not that good.
I say
But
Nuggets.
the
Nuggets
Spurs
be losing games.
But
That's
again,
true.
They be losing games.
we talked about our friend DeMar the regular season,
Yo.
and we know how you feel about LaMarcus Aldridge.
Nah, like we said, C's up. I got you. Hey, whoa. First off, don't even get me started.
So if you're telling me if I gotta trust DeMar the regular season and lay Marcus Aldridge against the Nuggets, I'm gonna take the Nuggets.
First off,
What?
I got nothing.
Oh, did I break you with lame Marcus Aldridge?
Oh yeah, that's what it was. First off, you know how I feel about Marcus Aldridge. I have no respect for that man. How dare you call yourself a basketball player? You run up and down the court and goddamn tippy toes.
Poor man.
God damn you. That being said, listen, you think DeMar DeRozan is gonna go out like a hoe after all?
He goes out like
After-
a hoe every season. That's my point.
Oh no, he's gonna prove this playoffs. It was all Kyle Lowry. He's gonna prove Kyle Lowry was the hoe.
I'm curious of something. But
So-
keep going.
Either me or Nick will be right here.
Let's get it. I
Who's
where
gonna
this-
hoe out? Lowry
Whoa. Okay, yeah, them.
or DeRozan?
Yeah, them.
Because you called the
He
Magic.
called it Lowry. He called it Lowry was gonna hoe out. But you're also calling that Lowry's gonna hoe out. So you're on
No.
the same page. I'm calling DeRozan's gonna hoe out.
I'm calling
Pause.
DeRozan's not gonna hoe out.
Yeah, that's
somewhere,
exactly- that's what you that's what I
somewhere
said.
along this line, there's a correlation. You get what we're
No,
saying.
you guys are saying the same thing. I'm arguing that DeRozan's gonna hoe out before Lowry.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So the usual.
Yeah.
For the record, if we're just talking about Spurs players, I'm thinking, Rudy Gay, 62 cents a share.
Whew. He's not gonna really jump up though. That's the thing with the people that are cents.
But
they
you
don't
want-
really go to dollars.
But you
know
want
what
to
I'm
you want to talk about like
saying? You
sorry,
have
I
to buy
just-
big.
you want to talk about like volatile stocks though. He's been going down. And I'm thinking, if you're in the playoffs, Pop's one of those guys that's gonna want to give the ball to experienced players in the
I don't think
playoffs.
he's gonna be the one.
Who does he have? Who's he gonna run that offense through? We just talked about the other two.
DeMar DeRozan and Marcus Aldridge.
I'm just saying it might be like a sneaky first round, like just to throw some money in there.
Bro, LaMarcus Aldridge is gonna get like 52 out of two of the games of the series. I promise you.
On his tippy toes.
Unfortunately.
All right, what's the
You
next
guys make
match?
your picks?
I said Nuggets.
You said, oh, fuck.
I said Spurs.
Shit.
You know how I'm bumming. All right, next we got Houston, OKC. I gotta go Houston for this one. OKC's just kind of been a mess.
They've been falling
They've
apart
been,
the past couple
yeah,
days.
they've been losing a lot.
Did they lose to Minnesota
No,
yesterday?
they won barely. It was like 135 points both teams. I'm like, dude, nobody plays defense anymore. It's
No.
crazy, bro. NBA teams used to barely go over 100. Now they're all like 120 games average. It's
Average.
fucking nuts.
It's the 3-point shot. It's the 3-point shot.
It's nuts.
I will say though, you bring up the whole Nipsey Hussle thing.
Rest
That
in peace.
Russell-
Rest in peace.
Right, rest in peace Nipsey Hussle and that tribute that Westbrook did the other day for him, the 2020 and 20.
Word, that was what's up. That was what's up. But Russ,
I learned about what that meant after it happened. It had to be explained to me. The whole correlation with the 60s and the rolling 60s, blah blah blah.
that being said, rest in peace, Russ. Time to focus, kid. Come on. PG State, bro. Where's Andre Robertson? Where's he at? Is he good?
I think he's hurt.
He's been hurt. He's supposed to be good by now.
I thought it was like a season thing.
It's been more than a season.
That's true. He's been okay. You keep talking about that series. I'm
Wow.
a fact check that.
Big facts. Come on, bro.
They got a
Raymond Felton needs his ring. His ring.
Does
He needs it.
By the way, really delayed stat update. John Moran is 6'3", 174.
Ew.
So he's not big at all.
Ew.
That's Brittany Griner. We don't need that.
Damn.
What was I
You
looking
need
up?
that?
What was I? Oh, Andre Robertson.
We need Zion. That Von Miller shit. Come on, we don't need Brittany Griner.
Fucking
I'm bugging out.
As of 2 days ago, according to SportingNews.com, Thunder guard Roberson unlikely to play this season.
That's so nuts. This guy
That's crazy.
destroyed his shit.
They have Terrence Ferguson on the come up. They have Jarian Grant to hold it down.
There's nothing about Terrence Ferguson that says on the come up.
Something, I don't know.
Aside from the fact that he's like
I think maybe
a second-year
PG's
player.
been injured, but something's been wrong with the Thunder because they were doing so good, but now they've been sucking. I don't know what's going on.
Can I just squash your point for a second there?
Eh.
Because what did I say? You said Terrence Ferguson, other than he's a second-year player? Yeah, Frank Ntilikina is a second-year player, too. Is he on the come up?
He sucks.
Hell no, he sucks.
So does fucking Terrence Ferguson.
No, he doesn't. He's-
If the Knicks don't get all three of these cats, we need them because what we have sucks. Kevin Knox sucks. Frank Ntilikina sucks.
Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Desmond Jr. is wet at least. Dotson is fire. But these other bums are ass. Mitchell Robinson, fire.
I like him.
Yeah.
But all these guards we have, get these niggas the fuck out of here, bro.
At least something rose to
Come
the top.
on, man.
A
If we
little
don't
bit.
get Kyrie, we gonna get Kemba.
I got so confused the other day watching a Knicks game because they're trotting Henry Ellison out there.
Who?
Exactly. He's just a big doofy white guy,
Who?
but he's a.
You
But
know
here's the
that-
best.
You
Here's
know
the
that
best.
Snoop Dogg video?
He's a big doofy white guy that they put in
Who?
Porzingis' old number. So I'm watching the game and I see this big doofy white number
Luke
6.
Cornett.
No. But basically, but yeah, and I just got really confused.
Yo,
I got really confused.
Don't
'cause
talk
I thought,
about Hazonia like that. Shit.
I hope to God we don't re-sign Hazonia.
I hope somebody does.
He'll go to the Spurs.
I still have that.
he's
stock.
going to be your next.
Here's
He'll go
another
to
one.
Spurs.
LeGarrette Blunt too.
Oh, Popovich would have a field day with that guy.
He's going to Spurs. You heard it here first.
Popovich made like a series MVP out of Boris Diaw one year.
Boris Diaw, dog.
Dude, Boris Diaw was one of the smartest players like ever.
Bro, Boris Diaw's assists, crazy.
Facts.
Crazy.
Facts.
Come on.
With Popovich.
Nah. Dude.
But when else?
No. Dude,
Bro.
You're trying to tell me that Boris Diaw was doing that shit with the Bobcats the year before?
Don't do Boris Diaw like
Yo, that Spurs team that beat the Heat, bro,
that. Don't, yeah.
nuts. I will never forget that team, bro. They played literally perfect basketball. It was nuts. My bad. Tony Parker, oh my God. It's crazy how he went from what he was to just nothing.
I feel like you could do this for every, with the exception of the Warriors, because they're just a whatever, like, super team. Every team that ever beat LeBron, there is this random dude on that team that you didn't expect to be a factor who crushed him. Like, when it was the Mavericks, it was J.J. Barea. When it was the Spurs, other than everybody else, it was Boris Diaw out of nowhere. And then when you're one of those championships, it was Danny Green out of nowhere. And, like, there's always, like, this one rando dude that just kills LeBron's teams.
Interesting theory.
I mean, I don't have enough of a recollection to go back to his early years with the Cavs and he was losing to the Spurs and whatever. But
I feel like more prominent examples might be Kawhi Leonard or Andre Iguodala.
But you could argue, because obviously you can't say it in hindsight because Kawhi Leonard became the player that Kawhi Leonard is. But back then, Kawhi Leonard kind of was a random dude. That first year that he won Finals MVP, nobody knew who Kawhi Leonard was. And then we learned who he was, but nobody knew it then. And Andre Iguodala, you could argue, yeah, LeBron killer because of his defense, but compared to everyone else on that team, kind of washed.
We kind of knew who Kawhi was, but I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, those cornrows are unmistakable.
Yeah,
At
Kawhi was clearly up next.
He was clearly up
I
next.
don't know what to tell you.
He was clearly up next, but he was
expected
also
him to perform. It
Right.
wasn't Tim Duncan's team at that time anymore.
But you could still argue at the time, if you were to say if you were to rank the Spurs players, you could still have made an argument that Kawhi Leonard was the fourth best player on that team before the series, and then we realized who he was.
Did he not take Defensive Player of the Year that year?
Yeah, that's what the
Dude, he was
playoffs are
known,
about,
bro.
Yeah, those changing of the guard moments.
He won
those-
Depoy.
Yeah,
Yeah, so did Rudy Gobert. What does that mean? So did Tyson Chandler. What does that mean?
They were
they were nice
knew
that
who they
year.
were.
Yeah,
It was a rando.
I'm just saying, if you whatever, move on. We're
All
spending
right.
way too much time talking about the Spurs.
Because you guys know what's up. They're gonna win. Fuck you guys.
Bye,
All right.
Rudy Gay.
The last one we have is the Jazz
Ew.
versus the Trailblazers. Rest in peace, Jusuf Nurkic.
I don't know why I did the tackle one with that, but sorry.
Jusuf Nurkic.
I personally.
Why do you have Nurkic as French?
'Cause he is.
Nurkic.
He is.
I
He's
don't.
definitely not French.
That was Siberian.
I don't think he's Siberian.
Yeah.
You don't know
Come on.
me.
Yeah.
All right.
Buy a map, Dan.
Do either of you even know?
What?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. What do you think? What is he?
What were you saying, Nicholas?
As I was saying, the Utah Jazz's color scheme has never sat with me ever since I've ever seen it when I was we were
No,
you know.
Remember we deemed them one of the franchises that can't prosper unless they rebrand?
Yeah, they
They
suck.
slightly rebranded.
Yeah,
I don't mind it as much.
I don't like anything. Their logo, their colors, their
Nah,
court.
They got that one jersey where it's like the orange. You know what I'm talking
Nah,
about?
I don't even like that.
Oh, I love
one.
that one.
That
By the way,
one is-
Nurkic is Bosnian. Continue.
Like I said.
Even their court is shot.
Oh no!
You know what? I
no,
feel
wait,
you.
wait. I'm
I
sorry.
feel you, but what I don't like about them is Donovan Mitchell. I don't like him. I don't like him.
What's your beef with Mitchell?
Damn, he's from New
He
York.
plays basketball ugly.
He's from New York.
He always plays like he has a limp. You know
He's
what I'm
from
saying?
New York.
I don't give a fuck.
You
He's used to.
what do you else
He's
are
used to
describing?
Rucker Park.
He plays ugly. He's always has a limp.
Nah, I don't like it.
I will. I
I'm not a
will.
fan.
I
And
will.
that Gobert crying. Every time I think about Gobert crying, I laugh.
Exactly. Fuck him.
Come on, fuck that team, bro. Who? Ricky Rubio? Come on.
Who are they playing again?
Dame.
Oh my.
Yeah, but
Dame.
As
Dame's
much
gonna
as,
fight.
as much as I love, as much. Okay. Apologies for the peaking microphone. But you know this though. As much as we love Dame, and I want him to be a Knick, Dame has a history of flaming out in the first round of the playoffs.
Dame has a history of killing niggas in the first round of playoffs. Do you not remember against the fucking
He got
Rockets, bro?
He got swept by
Do
the
you remember
Hornets
the game
last
winner?
year.
That
Not
was
Hornets.
last year. Okay, that was last year's sample size. Do you remember that game winner he hit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one time.
That one time he didn't win a game in a series? So you do the same thing. So what? Why is your point more valid?
Sample size. One game winner versus a lot of years of losing in the first round.
No, not a,
The Blazers
bro.
are always that team that are
Come
that are a high seed and then they flame out.
watch your
Okay.
mouth.
The Blazers are a flame out.
So call the Jazz, and then we'll,
I will call
we'll
the
see what
Jazz.
fuck is up
I
next
think the
week
Jazz will
then.
win in the first
Then we'll
round.
see what the fuck is up
I think the
next
Jazz
week
will win in
then.
the first round.
Yeah,
I say the Jazz will win
I
in
know
the
for a
first round.
fact you're gonna have the worst record next week. Yeah, hit your shit. Yeah, find your shit. Yeah, find your shit. I don't even know what the fuck he hit.
This guy's
What?
making a case for the Jazz. Come on, Dan.
Come on. I hope CJ becomes swing on fucking Donovan Mitchell, bro.
Dude, Dame's
hope-
gonna swing on Gobert. It's gonna be ugly. Jay Crowder's not gonna do shit again.
Yo, you think Cantor's gonna let? You think
Cantor?
You think Cantor?
Bro, Cantor and Dame?
I'm sorry.
Cantor's not allowed home.
This is his new home, Dan. Portland is his home.
Dude, Cantor's are considered a terrorist where he's from.
Facts.
You think Rudy Gobert's French ass is gonna fucking phase him?
I should not have laughed at that, but that was really funny.
He's been getting mentored by Nurkic. Nurkic is a gangster.